Hey guys, it's Christy again, and I'm here with another video about chess and life and learning all the exciting similarities that there are to compare chess to the game of life and tarot, and how we can take our energy and shift it and differentiate it and learn from it and grow from it and evolve to our best and highest self. Because the game of chess idea is to check ourselves, right? Check our opponent, but check ourselves in that process, and check to make sure that we're always in a frequency that is our best and highest self, right? That divine masculine, divine feminine energy in some way. And so the next piece that we're going to talk about are the knights. And it just so happens that they're also called the knights in tarot. What is the difference about a pawn and a knight? And in tarot, a page and a knight. Well, experience, right? It's a growing up process. It's a learning game. It's an evolution, in a sense. It's still young energy. It's still a little immature. It's still a little unable to discern the way that someone with much more experience would be able to exude or to share with others, right? So knights are immature a little bit as well as pages, and although pages and pawns, we can only take that information that we receive about pages and pawns. Like, yes, they help us on our journey always. You know, the data, the messages, the information that we receive, the ideas, the calculations, the learning, sometimes taking a step back and just being silent about our, or watching or observing, listening, you know, is huge. So the pawn can evolve, right? It can help us to move forward on our process only, you know. We can only take the data, information, experience, thought process, idea, concept, and we can move forward once we've gained that kind of message or utilization of our pawn move, right? It's going to help us on our journey one way or the other. We're going to either learn from it, or we're going to repeat past cycles, right? We're going to lose, or we're going to win, or we're going to evolve one way or the other. So can a pawn become a knight? Can a pawn evolve? Can a pawn or a page evolve? Yes. And the next step in that process is the knighting, right? And that helps us because this knight, even in chess, will help us to learn from the data that we've received and take us a step further with that, right? So instead of just moving forward, now we can go, I don't know, we can make bigger moves, right? We can do a little bit of an L shape, right? Maybe we can jump over something here and there. Maybe we can take, for instance, the Knight of Wands energy. Super passionate, right? But he's got this thing where he's like a little in and out, and if he's not careful, he can make some wrong moves, right? He's a little bit too passionate for his own britches, right? And so it's like, this is sort of like the person who does before they really fully think, you know? And so they're a little impulsive, and they're a little racy, right? They're a little rebellious, and they're a little bit not utilizing all of their skills properly, right? Maybe they're just utilizing their passion and not fully seeing consequences of actions. So, and then we have the Page of Cups, who's just super motivated, right? Super loving, wants to pour out all of his moves at once, you know? And then maybe once he does, he's like, maybe that wasn't a great idea. Maybe it's not exactly what I wanted. So I don't know what to do now because I don't have enough experience. You know, I'm just a knight to really decide after I've done my moves with nothing but love intentions, right? in a manner that may have not served me. And so now I'm just feeling a little not sure of my next action, right? And so can be a little sketchy, right? And even in chess, if you make the wrong move, you could put, you got to learn your data first, right, from the pawns, and you got to help them move forward, right, before you can even become a knight, and then utilize your knight skills in order to help you in the game of life in those moments of time when you've collected data. Now you get to make a little bit bigger moves, right? And so then we have the Knight of Pentacles, who's slow moving, right? He doesn't always he's not the fastest, he's the slowest, but he has the best capability, because it's like he takes his time and strategizes, right? And that strategy is so important in the game of life, because if we're full of stability with the Knight of Pentacles, right? But slow moving in that process, because maybe this particular knight has a capability to evolve even more into something bigger, like a king or something like that one day. And he's taking every piece of information that he receives in life, every moment in time that he's had to make a decision, and he does it with care, because at the end of the day, what he craves is stability, securing that square, becoming his best self, checking himself when he has to, and sometimes that takes more time than some of the other knights are willing to be patient enough in order to make a move in a conscientious manner, and so then we have the Knight of Swords, who is just super impulsive, and he makes some bad decisions and he makes some wrong moves. And it's like he does and then thinks. That's very characteristic. You can see him kind of flying through the air. And in knights, you can make a decision without even thinking clearly on how 5 steps ahead what that move is going to mean to you. And this is where the Page of Swords goes wrong, because although he's super passionate and energetic and thinks he's discerning, it's more like he's doing before thinking. And so we can run into that in chess, can't we? In the game of life, we can make decisions at times that just seem like in that moment that they might be exactly the right thing in order to make us on our path towards whatever it is that we desire for ourselves. But it might not have always been the strategized and calculated and smart move, and that's okay, because even these moves, even the ones where we just come rushing in and we like a bat out of hell, right, and make decisions in our life, we are gonna learn and we're gonna grow from it, and we're gonna have that data for the future in order to get us where we need to go, in order to check ourselves, in order to check ourselves. But night energy is it can be reckless at times. It can be a little in and out. It can be a little sketchy, right, at times. But it's going to help us grow one way or the other in order to learn from our experiences. But if you find yourself to be in an energetic space of a night, evaluate what it is that you're doing, saying, speaking, feeling, thinking, in order to get you in a space where you're a little bit more confident, secure, understanding, conscientious, practical, and logical in a way that serves you and doesn't put you on a path going backwards or into regression. Because our goal is to be the best version of ourselves from a soul space that we can be. And so if you find that you are in the night energy, then maybe it's time to evaluate and become accountable for some of your behaviors, your past experiences, consequences from past experiences, things like that. This is a good indicator that you need some work, you know? And that's not a bad thing. We're all a work in progress every single day of our lives. So I hope that